Hi everyone, I'm going to attempt to give you a quarter one update on how my 2025 planner system, my Techno Kaigi, has been working so far, and actually it's been pretty good. I think this is the first year that I actually, after really hashing through what I needed my different planners for, I think I've actually found something that worked. We're actually in May, but I think everything's been working really well so far. I've been keeping up with everything except for one thing, which I'll go over. But first, I'm going to talk about these notebooks. I originally planned to use these Hobonichi notebooks, a plain one, and this special one that came free with my Hobonichi order this past year. I plan to use this one. I'd plan to use this one for my work brain dump, and this one for K-drama journaling, and this is what I've done so far. Actually, nothing. Which makes me sad because last year I actually did pretty well with keeping up with K-drama journaling, and I thought this would work better, but I just think I haven't had a lot of time this year because I'm trying to build my nutrition practice. And I think I've been exhausted by the end of the day, and usually that's my K-drama time. So I just haven't had a lot of time to actually work on that. But I'm hoping this summer to catch up. But this I can't really show you because it has notes about clients related to work. But this so far has been great with just jotting down any thoughts and brainstorming on protocols I'd like to follow and therapies with my clients. So that's worked out great. This, my Traveler's Notebook Passport, is always in my purse, and I think I still don't know exactly how I want to really utilize this, except for I have a basic spiral notebook that fits in here. And again, I use that for just brain dumps, like going to Costco grocery list that I remember something real quick. But a lot of these other things I just haven't been using. Some of these are from last year. I had tried to start a doodle journal monthly, and I stopped. But I think I want to try to just start filling in the blanks, spaces, like I'm starting to do here. Wanted to draw a coffee cup. And just practice doodling again because it's fun to look at. Last year when I would doodle, I tried to doodle something related to the day, which I think kind of made it a little frustrating. So I think frustrating, but then it didn't take a long time at all, but this is another thing. But looking back on it, it was just such a neat way to kind of memory keep. But right now I just have too much on my plate to put that extra thought into it. I'm trying this year just to throw down kind of junk journaling in this little notebook here, and just put down and glue down anything that I see that I kind of don't want in my Hobonichi Hon, which is my main memory keeper. But I don't know, that's just not that inspiring to me yet. But I really, really want to try to figure out how to integrate Traveler's Notebooks more in my whole system. But I still love it. I keep it in my purse, and who knows, maybe I'll start picking up watercolor or whatnot. This is my Hobonichi Weeks, which I really love the cover. This is my first time using a Weeks, and I'm loving it. I'm using this just for my business, which it's perfect for me right now. I kind of use the inside covers to kind of be a little bit of a vision board dumping. Change brings opportunity, create the life of your dreams. A lot of faith, such a big part of my life. But I can't really show you what's in here because, again, it has some confidential information, but maybe I will do a video about how I set up my spread for the week for my business. And again, I have a I've had a nutrition practice, my own nutrition practice for the past, I guess, well, since January 2024. And I practice functional nutrition. So, you know, this has been perfect so far, and I love it. Okay, now this is my Han, and I'm trying to use this little pencil case or pen holder. I mainly use my Hobonichi pens that come with my purchases. I have fountain pens in here too. My main favorite pens I'm putting in here, but I'm using it actually to try to keep the Han from getting too thick, because again, this is my memory keeper. And in the years past, and I'll show that, here's my last year's. Oh my gosh, I used the Hobonichi Cousin, and it was just so thick, and I could barely keep it together. And, you know, this year I'm trying to, like, look at that. You can't even, like, this year I'm trying to make these memory keeping books a little bit more practical for keeping and looking through. So I really liked the Han idea because it has a, you know, just beautiful binding, and these beautiful covers are just amazing. And I just thought it would be nice to have something with a, you know, like a hardbound cover to make it seem like a nice archival book for my kids to look back on. So this is my Hobonichi Han, and I use this for memory keeping. The monthlies I'm basically just using to kind of talk, like highlight main things that happen during the month. And it's kind of nice because there's putting it in monthly version, it kind of makes you feel like, wow, I did a lot. This was a fun month, you know, a life well lived. It's always good to, you know, be able to reflect and appreciate what you've done. I can't really show you the weeks because the weekly format, because it does have some work stuff, but I basically use this to, you know, in conjunction with my business planner and my weeks, to really map out each day. I try to also include my health stuff, my hydration, my exercise. You know, I keep track of everything for my family in there. I put my to-do list on the side. So maybe I'll do a video showing how I do that, because I have 5 kids and it is busy, really busy. So if you want to take a look at, let's go through the first 3 months of my Hobonichi Han. Again, I use this for memory keeping. This year I'm trying to really hone in on, you know, doing a little bit more longer form journaling instead of just jotting down a few words and just more junk journaling. So at the beginning of the month, I always write my goals down, and this is January. You know, again, I try to take stickers and logos off of things. Receipts. I've been really infatuated with receipts and actually keeping the pricing and the items we bought, because I feel like that's just something neat to reflect on, to see how expensive things were, or inexpensive maybe by the time. I put this in here because Jimmy Carter passed away, and he was the president when I was born. Yep, I am that old. I've been trying to improve my layouts to make them something that I really enjoy, trying to focus on color schemes. Sometimes I just really don't. But again, I'm trying to use what I have. I do like to put headlines. I do like it when I combine the spread to make one giant spread. Oh, I watched Motel California. I've been jotting down some K-drama stuff. This was, I don't know if this was J-Hope's announcement that he was going on tour, or was it I can't remember. But yeah, even notes from people I like to include. But I do like to do headings just so it pops out and I kind of know what happened that day or what was so special about that day. And there's February. I had my goals for the month. One thing I haven't been doing well is going back on the goals and seeing how well I did and keeping up with them. Maybe it's because I think I haven't been keeping up with them and I don't want to get disappointed in myself. I did some K-drama journaling here. I watched Trauma Code and Singles Inferno. I think this first part of the year I was just everything I was watching had what is it, Ju Ji-hoon in it. I have loved him since Princess Diaries. And try to chronicle all the things that happened with the family. Turn the TV off. That's what I wrote after the football game. The what do you call it? Why am I having such a brain fart right now? I don't know. Okay, my husband turned 50. And then, you know, sometimes I subscribe to Time, so I try to put some things that are significant sometimes, but lately, I guess ever since this year, a lot of the news and key moments have just been a little bit depressing for me. You know, and I've during this time, this was February, mid-February, and I was debating on how much of my own reflection of what's going on in our country and in the world that I wanted to put in here because, you know, it's impactful in our lives. It was impactful in our immediate family lives, very much so, still to this day. But again, I was like, I want my archive for the family to just be as positive as possible. So I've been including it sometimes, but I try to keep it positive. But I do sometimes reflect on if I'm feeling stuck, because I do think it's important to kind of get rid of all those, do a brain dump of all that negative energy. And then sometimes when writing through it, it helps you process things. So yeah, I was still waiting. I feel like I'm still waiting right now. And I know exactly what I was writing about. Okay, now this is March. This is the last month of quarter 1. I try to put pictures. I put them in collages and pick stitch, and then I get them printed at the Walgreens down the house from me. I got my Maryland licensed dietitian license on March 3rd, Ash Wednesday, and confirmation. I was blessed to be chosen as someone's godmother. Let's see. This was given on International Women's Day by my kids' jiu-jitsu school. Came with a shower steamer. It was great. Here's an empty spread. I have not finished this because my husband is the one who has the pictures from our daughter's Aladdin performance, and so I still have yet to print those. So realness right here. Let's see. K-barbecue. Again, sometimes I just don't have enough time or, you know, thoughts or anything to kind of fill in the blanks, but I kind of like it a little bit minimalist sometimes. We went to a yummy Cowbell Kitchen. That was yummy in Leesburg. I think life was getting busy here because my spreads, I was just slapping stuff on. I went on a coffee date with my kids. We just sat there for a couple hours while my other kid was at a birthday party, so they enjoyed it. They had their iPads, they got some acai bowls and some juices. I had coffee. This came from a magazine. I try to do some magazine cutouts too. And that's it. That is how we ended March, finding the right balance. So I will do an update. June will be coming by let's see, April, May, June. So I will be doing a quarter too, but I'm hoping to make more videos and just see how this works, because I really miss connecting with everybody in the stationery world. Life's been so busy, and I've always wanted to kind of share and just connect and get everyone's thoughts and just engage, because life is too short to do this, you know, without joy. So I hope some of this brought you some 15 minutes of joy. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Bye.